Sheriff,
Sir?
I'd like to come up and talk about your courthouse.
I'll let Ron explain. This is for a upgrade to the security system, not the four guys that provide security. It's the alarm system for the courthouse and not any of the cameras or anything of that. It's just basically the burglar entry alarm
The
system.
alarm system. What's happened is the alarm system is antiquated, it can't be fixed. Truthfully, it's been shut off since November, because it just doesn't work. Automatically dials itself. We were having the sheriff's department, the police department there 4 times a week. That's a dangerous situation, because then you become lax because you just think it's a false alarm. We've had Williams in, they couldn't fix it. It actually wasn't their system. It was Cottage Watchman who actually put the system in originally. And so I asked for 4 companies to give me quotes. 2 of them gave me quotes, which is EF Roads, which is Cottage Watchman, for $10,872.45, and Williams Electronics at $10,000 even. My recommendation would be Williams Electronics for the $10,000. Now this includes when the system was originally put in, we have these key fobs that we have to open the back door. Problem is if we end up in a tussle, we need somebody over there. The sheriff's department can't get in unless they come all the way around the courthouse, come in that front door. So with this system, it's going to have the same key system as the jail, and also here at the government center, where every employee, their ID badge will open the door. And with that, then we'll have a log of who's coming and who's going in that back door. So, with your permission, I'd like to get approval to get this alarm system started.
Mark, that key will, or that swipe identifies who it is.
Yes.
George, where did the commissioners have a recommendation where the money would come out of?
We didn't have a recommendation for the money, but we did have a favorable recommendation. As far as the monies, we really didn't talk about where we could get that from.
Let me ask Mark a question. I see you've got $35,000 in your commissary balance. You got any major projects with that planned for this year?
I do. We've got, going to remodel the squad room. Hopefully, what we're looking for there, it's the old, somebody help me on this, it's the old.
It's a planning building. It used to be the old planning building downstairs.
Yeah, but I think the health department was in it at
Oh,
one
yeah,
time,
health.
or the,
Mhm.
what's up here in the corner. It's that room down in the basement, and we've come up with some ideas where we can remodel it. We've got desks that are, can't think of what I'm looking for, but they're down the middle of the room. We're going to separate those desks and put them on the walls, and we can open the room up and use it for a meeting room, which we don't have anything in our building now at all for large meetings. Anytime I have a department meeting, I have it in my office. We're just in there shoulder to shoulder. So we're looking at opening that up. I don't have any quotes on anything yet. Just had the company come in yesterday to look at separating the desks and getting them mounted on the wall. We got carpet work that needs to be done, some other demolition that we're going to do, and some other installation as far as overhead projector screen and things of that nature.
With that project, do you think you'll use totally commissary money, or will you be coming in here for more?
No, I'll be using commissary for that.
Do you ever use that meeting area that's back by the caged area in the basement of the jail?
Yeah, typically we use that for the reserve meeting, monthly reserve meeting, and occasionally for a training.
Johnny, at Cume Cap, is it going to tax us to get into that thing?
No, because you have building maintenance for appropriation of $150 for 2013. So I would consider that building maintenance.
Okay, I make a motion, then we approve the amount requested from Cume Cap.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second. You wanna identify which company?
With Williams.
Any further discussion on it? All them in favor, raise your right hand. All them opposed, the same.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks. Second thing I have is, if you have any questions, hopefully you got a copy of the commissary report, and I would just entertain any questions or comments that you might have on it.
How much does that grow a year approximately? I know it probably varies.
It does vary. I don't know that I can put an exact number on it, although when we changed over from farming out to commissary supplies that we sell to the inmates to doing it in-house, we increased our income by 600, 700%. We've also changed the inmate telephone system to a different company, and we're receiving, and we've also added a jail tracker computer program to the jail, which we had to pay for, but we're paying for that all out of the telephones, and we're still making twice as much money on the telephone system as what we were making before. So it all varies, and a lot of that is because we're up around 130 and 135 inmates. You drop that back down to 80, those numbers will drop. So
Gonna do that right away? Right back to 80?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking through this over the weekend. I noticed that your cost per gallon for milk at Aldi's is quite a bit cheaper than at Walmart, and I was kind of surprised that you don't just buy it at Aldi's all the time. But you might be such a thing as they can't get it supplied for you all the time. I don't know.
There are supply issues, and I'm not exactly sure what time frame you're looking at there. There's a company, if you ever cash a check at Walmart or any place like that, there's a company that you'll see on a sticker that'll say telecheck on it, and we've run into some problems where Sam's Club messed up. They double charges for something, and when we protested it, telecheck keep back on us and tells us that it's our fault, so they won't let it on. None of the stores around here will accept our checks. So we're in the process of getting that still straightened up. I don't know if 1 week it's straightened up, Marcia goes to buy milk someplace and they won't accept the check. So
I just like to add that I appreciate how you use that commissary. It's been very beneficial to taxpayers.
thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
How's the system working between Mark, you and Paula, as far as the food? I know you separated that, but is that still doing all right?
I think it's going very well.
Yeah, I have not heard anything any different.
Great.
Any other questions for Mark while we got him here? You have anything else, Sheriff?
One of the, through here, just to point out, the jail booking program on the very last page, we made a $10,000 payment on that out of commissary just to help pay it off. Obviously, the sooner we pay it off, the more our profits go in. And I think there was another one. Oh, the GPS on page 8 down at the bottom, the digital data tech, that was a $10,000.
Oh, yeah. How's that working out?
Very well, working very, very well.
Good deal. Thank you.
And to go on another project that I have in mind, that we've got a lot of obstacles to overcome and some hoops to jump through, but in the southeast corner of the jail is an area that is used for storage of a lot of stuff that is being held until we send it to auction. We hold it until we've decided we've held it so long that we don't need it anymore, so we throw it away, we do something with it. And a project that has been, in my mind, since day one is clearing out that entire back corner back there and partitioning it off, building walls back there and a drop ceiling, and putting in another training room on half of it, and then on the other half would be we'd have a wrestling mat for us to do defensive tactics and other type of training on it. Would keep everything right there in the building. We run into problems all the time of trying to find a place to actually have good defensive tactics. When you do it on the carpet, you've got to be careful that you don't put somebody into the floor too hard, where if we get a wrestling mat and have an area like that. We've tried to do it in the school. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't with scheduling. So that's just a dream, but it would be, again, it would be expenditures that would, or costs that would come from Commissary. I wouldn't ask for any other monies for that.
What would you do with the stuff that you're gonna accumulate, that you're putting in there now? Get rid of it.
Probably a lot of the stuff we just need to, you hang on to it just in case you need it, and then you replace it with newer stuff. What I'm, to be specific, the sleeping mats, things of that nature, you get a tear in them, you move them over to another section, you keep them just in case you run out. Well, you begin to run out, so we buy some newer ones, because by jail standards, you really shouldn't be using one that's got a tear in it unless you get it repaired, and by the time you repair it, it's only gonna hold up so long, so you might as well throw it out. So it's just kinda like cleaning out the garage every so often.
Clean it out a little more often.
How many of them you get a year, Mark, the tears, where you can't use them?
I don't,
What was the question?
the tears on the sleeping mats, the bunk mats, I don't know that there's any number on it, and I don't particularly see those. We have it usually enough in stock that you just move it out and bring in some newer ones. We haven't bought too many over the past 6 years.
I don't know, is there any place that he could store any of that stuff, George, you know what?
I don't know of any place right now.
But again, most of it is, there is some stuff that needs to be kept, but then there's stuff that could just be weeded out or sold at the auctions, things of that nature.
Anything else?
That's it.
Any questions for the sheriff while we got him? Guess not.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. Mr. Gatt?